Ravens flock, what's going on? What's going on? I hope everybody's having a good week. We are a few days away from what is technically the start of the season, or at least the preseason. I'm really excited, obviously. I think this is definitely our year. Well, I'm not going to say never, but I haven't been this excited about the team as a whole in a very long time. We are not a perfect team, but we are stacked everywhere. So I'm really excited to see where things go. I just wanted to get in, touch in with everybody again, do a few updates. Obviously, the preseason started in a couple of days. We're gonna play the Eagles and then the Commanders and then the Bucks for our preseason games. We'll probably win, but again, it doesn't matter. Like John Harbaugh is literally the only person who cares about winning in the preseason. I'm more concerned about when it comes to like certain like depth pieces that we have or certain like rookies or whoever. I'm more concerned with seeing how they could play in the preseason to get somewhat of a gauge of their potential compared to if we win or not. I don't think us winning is that relevant to anybody outside of John Harbaugh. I think he's the only coach that cares. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to see probably Kolar and I'm assuming Isaiah Likely. I'm assuming they're gonna play in the preseason. Because I know they definitely played last year. Last year, when Isaiah Likely went off in the preseason, I wasn't a believer yet. I thought it was all right, but I wasn't in my mind. I was like, man, these are like fourth string players. Like this ain't a big deal. But obviously, like we saw throughout the season when he got the opportunity, that he still was able to play at that level, regardless of who was behind or regardless of who was in front of him. I'm still curious, like which players are gonna end up playing. Obviously, we're trying our best to avoid injuries. As far as like corners go, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think all the corners should play except Marlon Humphrey. Even Rocket Sin. I don't know. I know Rocket Sin got hurt. I don't know if he's ready to go, obviously, but if he's even slightly ready to go, and this might be an unpopular opinion, I think all the corners need to get out there, man. Because I just want to see, can they handle their own against even fourth string and third string players in the preseason. I just would like to see them show that they can handle their own. That way, they could just put my mind at ease, put the flock's mind at ease. We're hearing a lot of people are balling out in training camp, like Jalen Armour Davis, but I just would again like to see him actually out there against real competition. That's why I definitely want to see how that joint practice with the I think we got a joint practice with the Commanders. I definitely want to see how that works out. But like, yeah, let me know. Like, are there any specific players that you think should be playing in the preseason? Like for me, it's like I'm on the fence with almost everybody except the corners. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I don't think they got to go out there and play a full game. I just would want to see it out of curiosity. But in other news, I'm very curious to see if Todd Munkin gives the world a preview of the offense we are going to run. I actually think we should do what Rich Eisen, the TV broadcaster, what he suggested a couple months ago. I know y'all saw it. Where he suggested that in the preseason we should still run Greg Roman's offense just to lull people into a false sense of security. And then that way, once week one comes around, and from that point on, we actually crank out Todd's offense, and it's just like a punch in the face to everybody. I actually think if we did that, that would be pretty cool. But again, time will tell. It might be too much of a hassle to do that, but we'll see. In other news, Rashad Bateman officially came back yesterday. As far as I could tell, from the little bit of clips I saw of him, he looked smooth. He looked like he's ready to really crank things back up. I don't know if we should really rush him back out by week one. Like part of me wants us to just really just hold him back until like maybe the third game of the season, and then kind of really ramp it up from there. But again, who knows, man? In his mind, he's a competitor, so in his mind, he might be ready to come back right now. As far as where I think Rashad's season's gonna go, I still think regardless of all the changes and improvements that were made to the offense, I still think that he's gonna end up being either the number one receiver or maybe like a 1A, 1B situation. And I still think he's gonna end up leading the team in yards. Like the biggest issue with him has just simply been his health. When he's on the field, him and Lamar have a very good chemistry, but we just don't see him play at the same time very often. But assuming that he plays the whole season through, I'm assuming all of us are gonna play the whole season through. I think he'll still end up leading the team in yards. I don't know if he's gonna lead the team in catches and targets, but I definitely think he's gonna like lead the team in yards and have like a pretty big season. I'm predicting 1,100 yards, but again, we'll see. The offense is fine. I don't know why a couple days ago everybody panicked. I was gonna do a video ranting a couple days ago when I saw all these videos popping up because Todd Monken said the offense wasn't good. Like people gotta relax. It's still the preseason, and we are literally transforming from an old system that was super run heavy to now a more balanced system with a more intricate passing scheme. It's not the end of the world if we are in preseason and the quarterbacks threw a bunch of picks one day in a 3rd and 12 situation, or if the O line is struggling. Now, I'm still a little worried about the O line, but again, it's still not the end of the world, is what I'm saying. As far as the O line, eh, I'm hoping they'll be better. I'm assuming they're gonna do fine. I know that recently they announced that they're kind of testing out Pat Ricard in like an offensive line position. That is probably the only thing that makes me a little worried. Is like if the O line was truly set, there's no reason that they should be trying to force Pat Ricard into an official offensive lineman position on this team. I think he's a decent blocker, but as far as him actually, playing like guard or something, I don't know, man. I hope one of these younger guys like really just asserts themselves as like the clear best option. But again, we'll see how that goes. Last thing that I actually wanted to get into was Jadeveon Clowney. Recently, it was announced that Jadeveon Clowney was visiting Baltimore, and he sat down, and an offer's been sent out. Who knows? By the time I put this video out, they might have already announced that he agreed to the deal. I'm not the biggest Jadeveon Clowney fan, so I might be by myself on this. Like I'm not like I wasn't super excited to hear this, especially because so many Ravens fans are constantly talking about we need pass rushers, we need pass rushers, we need pass rushers. But again, Jadeveon Clowney, his best attribute really isn't pass rushing, it's run stopping. And if we bring in Jadeveon, I don't know. Me personally, I would have rather us keep Calais or us keep Justin Houston or us try to keep both of them. But again, we'll see how that goes, man. But as far as long as they don't overpay for him, I really wouldn't be too bothered by it. If it was me, I would probably only offer him at the most maybe like 4 million. Like Calais went to the Falcons, he signed for 9 million and seven's guaranteed. Justin Houston, he went to the Panthers, he signed for 7 million and six was guaranteed. Now, I don't think we would have had enough money to give both of them those type of deals, but if we sign Jadeveon Clowney for a deal similar to one of those deals, that would kind of be a head scratching moment for me, just because it's like we could have kept one of them guys who already showed they at their older age they could still get to the quarterback, they still can be pass rushers, and then at the same time, like especially in the case of Calais, he could help play a role in stopping the run. And on top of that, they're both more familiar with the offense. I mean, the defense. Whereas Jadeveon Clowney, he legit would have to learn. He would legit have to learn everything that Mike McDonald wants to do. Like, he would just have to start from scratch. So I don't know. If we sign him, I'm still cool with it. Obviously, it definitely adds depth. And it's not that Jadeveon Clowney's just a terrible player. He's not a bad player, but I don't think it would be that necessary. Like when I see these stories, it almost still gives me the impression that the front office is still not fully ready to just trust David Ojabo and Odafe Owe. And if there's ever a year to trust them, it got to be this year. Like you just signed Roderick Washington to an extension. Shout out to him. You still got Justin Matabike at least for the rest of this season. Even though Owe didn't have like a big statistical year last year, he showed potential in his rookie season. I'm assuming Tyus Bowser is gonna come back at some point this season. David Ojabo, when he played, showed that he could be that guy. I don't know if we truly need pass rushers as much as Ravens fans think we do. But again, nonetheless, if we bring Jadavion, I'm gonna be cool with it. We could always use more depth. So again, let me know what your thoughts are on all these situations. Let me know, are you a big Jadavion Clowney fan? Do you think he's gonna make a big difference? What do you think? How you think we're gonna play this preseason? And do you think the offense will be able to click in time before the season starts?